Okay, hi, Abdulrahman. It's so nice to see you. I have to say, I'm so happy that we're doing this interview because I've got a big surprise to reveal to our followers. So this interview is with Abdulrahman Dawood. He composed one of the pieces that we're offering as an exclusive reward in our Kickstarter campaign for the game Zilij, the tile maker of Granada. So you should definitely check out our past tweets and check out the link to see his contribution and his piece and his reward, and also other rewards that we have on offer. But Abdulrahman Dawood, he's a dear friend of mine, but more importantly, he's an up and coming artist that has a very in my perspective, a really unique process of going about composing his music. But I firstly wanted to ask you to give us a little bit about who you are and what kind of instruments do you use. And for those who don't know you and should definitely follow you, so just give them an introduction.
Thank you, Afnan. Yeah, that's too much for me to have compliment. It's a good compliment. Thank you so much. I'm Abdulrahman Dawood. I was born in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, originally from Yemen. I came Yemen 2 years ago, and I think Yemen added so much to my musical knowledge. I think their culture, their way of playing music. I've been studying music. I've been so passionate about music since I don't know, since I was a child. But I started playing music. I started studying music. That was 10 years ago, I can say. There were the first time I hold the oud, I started playing, studying music. Since then, I have been very passionate about music, playing all the time, trying to create things. And I'm so passionate about creating music, actually, not songs, music. So when you talked to me, yeah, I was very happy because these kind of projects that move my imagination, transforming ideas, transforming stories into music, it's very something I really love. I'm so passionate about it. But words, lyrics, for me, it's always directing the imagination of the listener. So it's not, yeah, for me, it's a bit hard to deal with songs, but music, it's, yeah, I feel this is my place, this is me. So when you talk to me, I was like, oh my God, yes, I want this, whatever. I want it. Yeah, I want to
And
work
this,
on that.
yeah, you fit so perfectly. The way you compose music fits so perfectly with the theme and kind of like the important elements in our game. Because the game, it's Zilij, the tile maker of Granada. We kind of position it as a artistic and also meditative game. So the music element within the game is very essential to the experience of playing the game. And we approached you to create an original piece inspired by the game from you, from your artistic take and your inspiration. And I just wanted you to take me through the process of what inspired you about the game to create this piece, and how did you come about creating it and all that.
Yeah. When you usually when I work in a project, I start by talking to the people who are making this project. I see what they want from this project. What does it mean to them? I try to take the words, the values in there. Then I start looking. Sometimes some projects, the project itself is not being done yet. Yeah, nothing done about it. It's just an idea. There, it's a bit different, but here there was something. There was a game. Yeah, you sent me some videos. I started watching, and yeah, I saw some people are making things into the game. Sometimes they walk into places like old places, Spain, you talk to me, especially in the Islamic era, and they had also a very special kind of music. You could feel it's not only Arabic in Spain that time. It wasn't only Arabic. They had their own way of playing music. So when the camera was moving around and the player, they talk to somebody. They have some kind of talk. I know I want you to work on something or that. Then they start doing this stuff and coloring them. So for me, it was like, okay, then he told me it's meditative, no winning, no losing. I kept all these ideas walking around me, the whole day. Okay, I usually try this. I do this all the time. I keep the words, the pictures. I try not to do something else during that day when I'm working on some kind of projects. Not to be um, not letting something taking me away from these ideas. Not talking much with people. So I keep these ideas, then I feel it goes smooth. Like 1 day, 2 days, I sleep with it. Then the music starts coming, going to that direction of these ideas. And sometimes I direct the idea because I want the player to feel something. So, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. The piece, it came out smoothly, I believe, from me because it had something to do with me personally. I love this stuff, old things, ancient things, these places I saw in the game. Yeah, it meant something to me. But also it's a game, so I had to do something different. Okay, I know the spirit I wanted, and I also want to thank Mohammad Dubei because he worked with me and we worked together. He could understand me really, what to do here, what to add here. He helped me a lot. I also tried to make the player relaxed, but also not very relaxed because they are doing something in the game, they are creating something. So there is that urge that you're creating something. So I wanted to add these things. In the beginning, I wanted him to feel relaxed, but still there's some kind of strange feeling. And you're doing something, you have that nervous thing, not very nervous, but you have that thing that pushing you forward to do something. And also relaxed. I try to add some enthusiasm there in the end. Yeah. And with the composing, I think we did something beautiful, I believe. Yeah.
I mean, we agree. And it's available currently exclusively for the backers of that reward. You'll get to have the piece separately, and then we're also considering including it in the game for those who purchase the piece, so you can listen to the piece on your own, or you can come to us later if you purchase the game when we put it on Steam, to incorporate it in the game as well. And I love that you mentioned that you took into consideration the balance between um, having a meditative soundtrack that's meant to keep you relaxed and kind of let your mind wander, and also something that motivates your creativity, and kind of pushes you forward. And with our games, it is the tile maker of Granada. We wanted that it was really important for us that people felt that balance, because we wanted, it wasn't about you achieving a goal in playing the game. It was more about you finding out what kind of creative imagery you can produce and creative tile designs you can produce using the same tools and canvases as tile makers during the era of Andalusia, which was where the game is based in its time period. So I love that you got that right away. Even though I sent you some links and stuff about the game, I never explained any of this stuff to him. And the fact that he was so insightful and he got the spirit of it, to me was really impressive. Um, I wanted to also ask you, I know that in a previous conversation, you mentioned the garden in the game, which the game lets the player walk through a castle. So you mentioned the garden scene and how that was that stuck in your mind.
Yeah.
To tell me a little bit more about how that might have guided the music that you produced.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes people feel, by the way, I want to mention this. People feel when it takes less time, it's not good enough. Some people think that. But for some people, I think, I don't want to say I'm very artistic or anything else. I start to compliment myself. Some projects actually they take so long, but the period of time here has nothing to do with it. Some ideas, it's better to be done quickly because you feel it. You can actually feel it. You have a very clear vision about it, and it comes quickly. Yeah, I believe that. So that one of these projects really. And some scenes, yeah, the garden scene when they were walking around and there is the sound of water in there, some nature sounds that really stuck in my mind, like from a video, 7 minutes video. That scene stayed there in my mind. Also, one part, there are so black points like this, and he's doing lines, black lines like this. It really stuck in my mind. They kept walking around with me all the time. And I think I got that spirit. Yeah. I wanted something very, it feels nature. It connects you to the nature. Yeah. It connects you to that. Uh, Peace of mind, but also peace of mind for me doesn't mean always peaceful or clear head. Sometimes the peace of mind, it leads you to some dark sides or uh, not peaceful sides of you. So I put that in mind, and it shouldn't be that very peaceful, romantic peace. I really got that in mind. So yeah, this is one of the scenes that I think motivated the ideas and the piece. Yeah, yeah,
And I think that's also kind of an interesting take because in the game, you sort of become a craftsman. You're a tile maker working to decorate the palace of a nobleman. So the experience of playing the game, although meditative, you are essentially playing the role of a craftsman that, to remember all the people that are nameless and faceless, but they've built one of the most important architectural arts in history, which is the Islamic art, specifically in Granada and during the Andalusian era. So your process you've always been a very insightful person. And I don't know how much we can talk about the piece without, I think the best way to experience it is for people to listen to it. And I don't want to gloss over this point, but Mohammad Al-Dubai was your composer, correct?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that his name is also clearly mentioned.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's too much trouble, but do you mind giving us kind of like a sample of
Yeah, of course,
the
of
beginning of the
course.
piece?
Yeah, of course. And also, I want to mention something before playing this. I tried not to go to a very deep um Eastern music, especially considering scales, because it is a game. It is a game, and you want to give some feelings that are not going too deep in the Eastern music. For example, I wouldn't want to play some Eastern maqams that much. So I kept it, I chose another maqam that can connect Andalusian, and it is Arabic. And also when a Western person listen to it, he can feel it. He knows, oh, this, I know this, I can feel
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the piece itself has such a variety of sounds and scales that this is just like the teaser, the beginning. I mean, like you're gonna go through a journey once you listen to the full piece. Thank you so much, Abdulrahman, for joining us today, for doing this for us. At Zilij, if I fail to introduce myself correctly, my name is Afnan Linjawi, and I've been handling the marketing side of Zilij, and I also wrote the story and the characters. And we really, as a team, and I have with me Louis Torres and Jean, our producer, but we all are making this game essentially to kind of preserve a time and a piece of culture that is rarely represented in games. We are incredibly happy that we have you as one of our artists and one of our collaborator. And we've had a variety of artists from different countries and all over the world. And it is definitely a global project, and we're all about recognizing a global form of art, really. So thank you for your time, and thank you guys for listening. You'll find Abdulrahman and his social media links. And by the way, congratulations on releasing your first album this past year. I'll also include that in the link for people to check it out. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Afnan. Thank you so much.